Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Breeze Studios here in Garfield, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah. I don't always finish stories, but when I do, I finish them on your mother's face because I want you to be uncomfortable as possible when you kiss your mother. On the board, as always, Stevie Franchise, aka J Kid if you are nasty.
Hey, you already know it's your boy on the ones and twos bringing you that Ultra Wrestling Heel news.
And Alex the Heel will be with us shortly.
Yes.
He is possibly dropping the brownies off at the Super Bowl.
Hopefully he's not on the chase, you know, because, you know, the man's trying to take him down, and we won't let him.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we have a jam-packed show today.
Packed and jammed.
Packed and jammed.
Yeah.
So we will get straight to the business. Straight to the business.
And you know what the business is.
And that business has to do with the money maker. The cheeks.
Cheeks of the week. Cheeks of the week.
Cheeks of the week. And we're going to start it off with something light, something cute. We got Danielle Monette, a.k.a. Sun Summer Rae, and Stephanie Vacker.
Hey.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
There we go. No, my phones weren't synced.
Ah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right. Stephanie Vacker, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes, Stephanie Vacker. You know, light, cute, little booties matter.
They do.
Hello. What up, Calvin, the living legend, the wise man? And next up in the booty department, we got a couple of heavy hitters here. We got the likes of Deonna Purrazzo. I do love that she put on a couple LBs. I do love a thickie.
Thickies always matter.
We got that beautiful Dominicana. We got Marty Bell. And the one I love to call Baby Rhea, Indy Hartwell. Baby Rhea. Iha, if you will. Iha. You know, mommy and Iha.
No, daughter Rhea.
Yes.
It's like an evolution.
Yeah.
Pokemon evolution.
Yeah.
This is before you get mommy.
Yes.
You have to level her to 35.
And then our main event for the cheeks of the week, we have CJ Perry, the former Lana. And yes, she's on the smaller spectrum of the cheekage, but it's not about the cheekage this week. It's about the stand and deliver position she's in.
Very oozy.
You know that stand and deliver position?
Very oozy.
She's yeah, definitely.
Yes.
She looks very divorced, and yeah.
Stand and deliver, is that?
Yes.
Yes. That's actually as I say, where I like to finish my story.
Uh-huh.
The story finishing position, yes.
Yes. Especially in the first one, and yeah.
Yeah, it's the story finishing position, as I like to say.
I like the color choice.
Yeah, that too. Yes, a nice turquoise. Yes.
Usually, I would go for that. You know, and just see her in that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes, the perfect position for finishing a story, if you will.
Yes.
And moving along to Season 4 of Ultra Fantasy Booking. Last week was the opening episode to Season 4. We opened the season with a couple interesting story. Okay, you're an indie star. We'll pass on you. We won't cover that story next week. All right. Last week was Warzone. Oh, again, we'll cover the new rules for season 4. One giant roster, no brand splits. Superstars can appear on either show.
Yep.
Only rule is if you are a champion, you can only defend your title on the show you won the title on. That's the only rule. That is the only rule.
No cheating.
No ye.
So, the opening match was MJF took on X-Pac with Triple H in his corner because last season ended with Triple H and MJF in a draw at the pay-per-view. So, Triple H is like, I don't want to fight you again, kid. I don't want to fight you again. So now MJF is going after the rest of DX. So MJF defeated X-Pac 67 to 33%. Match 2, the newly formed Team OF. Y'all know what OF is.
Yes.
Y'all got too much money to throw around. Y'all know what OF is.
Throw OFs around. Throwing money around.
Mandy Rose and Lacey Evans took on the two women's champions, Rhea Ripley, the World of Stardom champion, and Sky Blue, the TNA women's champion. And this was a very close match. Very close match. I guess
it was.
Team OF has some fans,
Yes, they do.
if you will. Team OF had 47% of the votes. They only lost by 2 votes. It was 18 to 20.
Let me tell you, I literally voted against Team OF, and it was still like they were winning. And I was like, oh my God, the percentage is high.
It was 18 to 20. They lost by 2 votes.
That's crazy. That's even crazy to think that they lost.
Yeah. They almost earned themselves title matches.
It's great that I won my bet, but I'm still surprised.
Yeah, so Sky Blue and Rhea Ripley, the two women's champions, they held up their champion statuses. They don't have to, have some random title matches against these two newcomers.
I was surprised.
They're showing their ass on the internet.
I was very surprised to see. You think their Titantrons is just their pictures, like all their OF pictures, is like.
Well, this is a family show.
But all the things are blurred out,
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Yes. It's just posing on their vacation or something. I don't know.
This is a short card, but it is a very action-packed card because our main event is a 3 stages of hell match.
3 stages of hell.
Because this is also a rematch from season 3 because the AEW Tag Team title match also ended in a draw. The Usos and FTR.
Very oozy.
Stage 1 was a tornado tag team match won by the Usos. 56 to 44. Stage 2 was won 60 to 40 by FTR.
No ye.
And stage 3 was won 55 to 45.
That's close.
Yes, because they're destined to do this forever. Hashtag, and still, your AEW Tag Team Champions. Yeet, the Usos. And that was Warzone. And we will continue with the rest of Ultra Fantasy Booking when Alex is on the line. But now we move along.
Wise man.
There's no one left. We move along. We move along to Bash in Berlin.
All right. What an event.
Did anyone notice? Did you notice the parallels between the two title matches?
I did.
Explain. For the people at home. The champions, both champions. Well, obviously Cody, Kevin Owens was babyface. Mm-hmm. And then in the main event, Gunther, obviously, who is a heel, but he's in his home country, so that makes him a babyface. And then Randy Orton is a babyface, but for the match was technically the heel. So it's now that's now also a babyface match.
It was kind of confusing, but we kind of get it. Like,
yes.
At the same time, like it was something that okay, it makes sense. Gunther has to be cheered for, in his home country, just like how Mommy was cheered for in her own country.
Right.
She was supposed to be a heel.
Well, let's go back to the last pay-per-view in freaking Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Clash at the Castle.
Yep.
Drew gets cheered and Punk is the heel.
Yep. But yet they still sing his Cult of Personality song, just like Randy Orton today. They sing their Voices song.
Yep.
So, yeah, I see what you mean here.
What up, Israel? But the post match, I'm more talking about the post match, the parallels between the post match. Mm-hmm. So you almost had similar shots of the loser challenger laying in the corner, the champion staring at them, and then they shake hands, they embrace, they acknowledge them in the loss.
They acknowledge their opponent for being how great they are.
Yes. And to think they're both people that lost are about to turn on Cody.
Word. I feel like Gunther just passed the heel aura on Randy Orton so he could become super heel.
Well, they did shake left hands instead of right hands.
Yeah, true. That is true. That's an enemy hand. Dude, it was surprising for Gunther to just throw out the hand. You wouldn't see that with Gunther.
Oh, side note, at the live event, well, I'm sorry, was it a dark match or was it a live event? I think it was a dark match. Dark match for SmackDown. Kaiser hit the Hitler pose.
Dude, I don't know why, but right before you said that, I was like, they're shaking their left hands, but the right hands is for the crowd. They were raising their right hands for Gunther. But yeah, damn.
Yeah, Kaiser hit the Heil Hitler for during the dark match.
Beat me towards that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's a Russian doing it, so I don't think it counts.
Wow. No. Kaiser is German. Kaiser's German.
Oh, he's German.
He's actually German.
Oh, shoot.
He's the only one that is actually German.
Oh, shoot. Well, never mind then. Wow.
Yeah.
There was a lot of memes there. There were a lot of memes in Berlin.
Yeah.
But this is the best we came up with.
Now, I will say, I was not particularly moved by either match. There was nothing wrong with either match, but I was not particularly moved by either match.
It was nothing special about either match. They were just straight one-on-one, down to the finish match. Obviously, they were trying to work on angle with Kevin Owens for a future turn.
Kelvin says still ain't got Rey Mysterio beat everybody who teamed up with him. Turn him. Yup.
That's the unwritten unending story of Rey Mysterio.
Yep. Everybody.
Soon Selena Vega's gonna turn on him.
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. And you know who's gonna come back to? His own son. Man, what a funny event.
Word. And then, before we get into the next bit of the show, CM Punk. There was a lot of chatter on the internet about him wearing the all-in gear from last year.
I thought it was hilarious.
Here's the thing. That wasn't the first time he wore that particular set of gear.
Exactly.
He's worn it before. It's just convenient that he wore it the same week because last year All In was that week. This year it was a week early. It was a week early this year. And so he did it. Basically, he did it on the anniversary of beating up Jack Perry.
Which is funny. It was hilarious.
Yes.
It was a time to have.
Because I might be mistaken, but I do believe he wore that gear Money in the Bank 2011 when he, left with the WWE title.
I think that was the same gear.
I could be wrong. Or at least a variation of that gear. I believe he wore the Chicago colors that night.
Let's see if I can fact check on that. Hold on. Because I believe you're right. I think you're right about that.
But or at least a variation of the Chicago colors that he wore that night, the Chicago flag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's what it was supposed to be, like, the Chicago Pride flag, Chicago colors.
Hey, Calvin said that was his middle finger to AEW. Speaking of middle fingers to AEW, didn't Tony Khan had a middle finger to CM Punk, and he was like the one person that didn't trash CM Punk. He finally did trash CM Punk because during the media scrum, he kept saying, Collision has been running so much smoothly since last year, and if you notice, the way the media scrum has gone tonight has been so much smoother. I was like, seriously, Tony? Yeah, seriously?
Man, you know what he deserves.
Seriously, Tony? Seriously, Tony?
Okay, so it's similar.
Yeah.
But
the Calvin just confirmed it.
Yeah, it's similar. So, but the only difference is Under the Stars is black.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only difference. Like, Under the Stars black.
Yeah, because I had a feeling. I know he wore the Chicago flag that night. I just didn't know what color pattern it was.
Yeah, it was the same one, but it was the first iteration, I guess, of it.
Okay.
Where the bottom is.
But yeah, anyway, moving along. You're into the next one. So yeah, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Punk won the strap match.
Yeah.
He got his beads back for now because then on Raw.
Later on, we'll talk about.
Actually, we weren't going to cover Raw, so we'll cover it now. Yeah, Drew attacked and he got the beads back and destroyed them.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the beads, to the bracelet.
That was the hardest working bracelet in the sum of 3-4 weeks.
3-4 months.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Plastic beads, man.
You can get anything over nowadays.
As we talked about a couple weeks ago, that bracelet was more over than practically any championship in AEW.
You know, that bracelet is more over than Jack Perry.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep.
Hey, Jack, real beads. Go cry about it.
But yeah, I think that was the match of the night for me.
Yeah, it was great.
Because like I said, the two title matches didn't move me particularly, so it was definitely Punk and Drew.
Who knew a non-title match would excite you in this pay-per-view?
Actually, if you going back to Clash of the SummerSlam, I think that was match of the night for me too. Was the two of them?
It's just the story's too good, man.
Yeah.
The story's really good. This rivalry. We're gonna avoid that picture we saw of them.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna avoid that.
Yeah, because circling on the internet was a picture of them on Raw, next to each other talking. Hey, it's 2024. People take pictures and put them on social media. We know it's a work. We know they talk behind the scenes. We just choose not to think about it.
Yes. So we're gonna avoid that.
And then there was a picture of Randy and Gunther, like the next day.
Or Sheamus, like.
No, it was Randy and Gunther.
I saw Sheamus and Gunther too.
Okay, I didn't see that one then.
That they were in Germany, but they were hanging out.
Like, it's a work. We know it's a work. It's just you try not to think about it. And how did I phrase it on Instagram? Kayfabe worked going back through his kayfabe worked because there was a point in time you believed that two men had a conflict, and that's why wrestling was real.
There were times that conflict was real, like Brett and Shawn. That was kind of real afterwards.
A worked shoot.
Yes. But you know what? You want to know what work I like? The one in the bottom.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. That was...
Jesus.
I want to just be in between that hole. You just in between.
There's a website that does wrestling as the There's a website that does wrestling as like the little story before they get to the clapping the cheeks. Mm-hmm. They need to recreate that.
Cheeks of the week.
I don't know the name of the website. I'm sure somebody out there knows the name of the website. I've come across it a couple times. Not for me, not my thing. The way they do their production, but I know there's a website out there.
It's just, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I wish it was me. I wish it was me in between.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
But yeah.
Let me go above and then that's
Oh, she's finally given it a name. It's called the pretzel.
You know what? Need a pretzel anytime.
But yeah, that was a solid match. It was a solid match. She finally got to attack Dom a couple of times.
Gave Dom a black eye.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an abusive relationship.
Which we've seen later on.
Yeah.
Oh man. Dom is still over it as a heel in the crowd. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then he was on somebody's podcast on
Wasn't he on
Was it Van Vliet?
Van Vliet, I think.
Yeah, he said he's willing to have a match against her. But he said he doubts that they can get it cleared with the company.
It's hard to get it nowadays.
Yeah. Because obviously he has to lose. He can't beat up a woman. Mm-hmm. Even if it is Rhea Ripley.
Even though we will all know that Rhea Ripley will actually dominate him. Rhea's a strong woman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fuck with Rhea, fighting wise.
And then Black Girl Excellence, they won back the women's tag team championships from the Norwegian Goths. Yes, I gave both teams names because neither team has a name.
Yeah.
The Norwegian Goths and Black Girl Excellence. I like those names.
My baby became a 2-time tag team champion. Still looking good.
Yeah. But again, just a match that didn't really didn't move me.
Yeah, it was quick. It was a squash match, definitely to give them the titles. It's crazy that is a squash match, honestly.
Yeah. But again, nothing to complain about, but not an overall exciting pay-per-view in my opinion.
I think this was mostly the crowd.
But that's the thing. The crowd was hype.
The crowd was hype as shit.
The crowd was definitely into it, but just for me at home, I was not entirely into everything happening. Yeah. I think it had the backlash syndrome. Coming after SummerSlam, backlash coming after Mania, it has that syndrome of you're kind of starting fresh with everything. Yeah. It's not going to be as hype as you want it to be.
And it's crazy. It's the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So to say, because we're literally in the middle. We're almost to Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble would be the third quarter of the season, and then WrestleMania obviously would be the final part. But we're already almost to the third season, and it's just it feels like everything's returning again, or not returning, reshaping again.
Actually, we're not even halfway yet. It's only been 4 months
since WrestleMania. I mean,
well, now it's 5 months because we're in September, but because you do realize SummerSlam is only 4 months away from WrestleMania.
Next month we'll be in the halfway mark.
Yeah, it's just the wrestling schedule is weird. It seems like you want to say SummerSlam is halfway, but it's not. It's only 4 months away from WrestleMania.
I mean, Bad Blood would be the halfway mark.
So Survivor Series is the halfway mark, not SummerSlam. But because they treat SummerSlam as the second biggest show and not Survivor Series, you make it makes you feel like it's the halfway mark, but it's not.
November. I mean, yeah, it's November, so yeah.
Which is actually 7 months and not 6 months, but you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Moving along. NXT No Mercy and TNA Emergence. One was Friday, one was Sunday. But they felt like two sides of the same coin.
Right?
Because you had a lot of like two-parters. You had Joe Hendry, you had Zachary Wentz. There was one other person that appeared both sides. But it was like, you know, little threads going in both directions. And I like this. It's almost like WWE has a second, you know.
Company?
Yeah.
Or third company.
Yeah. It's almost like you have a second developmental.
The second developmental of they're young up-and-coming superstars that would be trained. That's crazy because, you know, they actually grabbed TNA stars and it was like, yo, let's bring them up.
Yeah, so Joe Hendry on TNA Emergence, he teamed up with the Hardys for a 6-man tag, and they had a custom remix to both of their songs, which was dope.
It was the dopest thing
It
ever.
was dope.
It was something that I never thought I needed, but I actually got it. Now it's amazing.
Yeah, that was so dope. And then he was in the main event of No Mercy against Ethan Page for the NXT title with Trick Williams as the special guest referee.
Yeah.
Came up just short.
Yep.
Just short.
Did you believe he was going to win?
No, obviously not.
Yeah, I didn't believe either. I wanted to believe.
I wanted to believe that they were going to put the NXT title on a TNA person, but I was like, no, they're not, because Ethan Page just won it. If Ethan Page hadn't just won it, they might have pulled the trigger and done it.
Yeah, I really want to see that match with Joe Hendry and Cena. That he said, if he wins the NXT title, he's gonna turn to the camera and would want to challenge John Cena.
Yeah. And then Zachary Wentz of the Rascals won the X Division Championship in a 6-man Ultimate X match on Emergence, and then on No Mercy challenged former Rascal Wes Lee, because Wes Lee turned on the Rascals a couple months back, and that was a brutal match. And freaking Trey Miguel came to help him.
Yes, I saw that. It was a really good match too.
Yeah.
How dope was it to see the X Division Championship on NXT?
Yeah. I was actually surprised they didn't put the X Division title on the line.
That would be dope, yo.
They could have been like, breaking news. Zachary Wentz is willing to put the title on the line, and we have clearance from TNA.
In another program.
Yeah.
What? If we ever have an X Division
especially
match?
especially because Zachary Wentz was winning the match, it's like, just put the title on the line.
Well, do they still have like the cage? Did he win in a cage thing? Like,
No, it was the Ultimate X.
That Ultimate X match thing. Like they
was
have
ju-
like a little.
It's just the X hanging above the
X
ring.
thing. Yeah, that's what I mean. But okay. Shit, they should do that in NXT when they do the X Division title. What? That would be the crossover that we would need.
Well, that's when they specifically have the Ultimate X match, because you can still defend the title without having the Ultimate X match.
Let's do it in Survivor Series, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it.
No, Kelvin, I did not hear the Trick Williams diss track, but I will now.
Oh, I sent it to you, I think.
Okay, I have not had time to look at my phone all day. Literally, I woke up at 5:30 this morning, went to work. On lunch, I downloaded all the pictures for this. I went home, got home from work, edited all the pictures, and now I'm here. That's all I've done today.
To give you a gist of it, he literally used the Who Shot Ya beat.
Okay.
And dissed Pete Dunne. It's really funny, and you got to watch it.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
He became rapper mode, Trick Williams.
And then the main event of Emergence, where Nick Nemeth faced Josh Alexander in an Iron Man match. He won 3-2. And then after the match, JBL seems to be following Nick Nemeth from promotion to promotion. JBL, the last outlaw. No, I'm sorry. That's Jeff Jarrett. What are we calling JBL now?
The Lone Outlaw, I think, or Lone.
I don't know. He's just following Nick Nimitz from promotion to promotion.
The Stalker Outlaw, I guess.
He's just fucking following him.
He's just following him everywhere.
I didn't, like, as we were talking before, I didn't know they were that tight.
And I was telling Darth, like, hey, like, he used to, hype him up when he was in commentary. He loves that guy. Like,
yeah, but I didn't know they were that tight IRL.
yeah, like, yeah. I think he would have been. I think he always wanted to manage him. I think it was a story that he, wanted to pick him up before, but now this is the time, I guess. But we'll see that a little later.
All right. But yeah, it felt good, like, watching these two, like, because I ended up watching them back to back.
Yeah.
So it was like I said, it was like two sides of the same coin, as if you watched them that way.
I mean, it's two different careers, definitely, but two almost similarities in parallel universes, let's say.
Yeah.
But, like, I get it. He's looking after a young star.
Yep. And then next up, we got our new commentator on WWE Raw, Joe Testore, formerly of ESPN, where they seem to get all of their commentators now, of ABC, ESPN, Disney products. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's better than Adnan Virk and what was the other dude's name? Jimmy Smith. Now, Jimmy Smith, he's a great MMA commentator. Not going to take anything away from him there. But his personality just didn't work with wrestling. Because he was there for, almost a year? But Adnan Virk didn't even last 2 months. I didn't even like him on ESPN, on SportsCenter. He was horrible. And he was on ESPN for 10 years. I could not stand him.
But you said Joe's pretty good. I have no familiarities with Joe's work.
I know his face. I just can't remember him.
So the first impression, I already told you earlier before we got on the air that I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
No,
I didn't like it. I have to be fond of him if I'm going to listen to him every week, I
felt he did a good job for somebody that obviously has never done wrestling before. I felt like, because he took the time to correct himself when he made mistakes.
Yes.
He didn't just rush past them. He took the time to correct himself.
Give him that.
Or he deferred to Wade Barrett.
He was a lot better than most of the people you named and the people that were pretty much just for the sideline of commentary.
Yeah.
Like I said, he could grow on me, but it's just like it was his first day. I didn't like it because, he wasn't into, he wasn't ready for the wrestling world, let's say, yet. But he's getting there. So, or it could be that he's paired up with Wade Barrett, and I don't think these two are working.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they put him with Wade Barrett instead of Corey Graves, because I think
I like Wade. Don't get me wrong.
No, I think he kind of needed Corey Graves' exuberance as opposed to Wade Barrett's more direct, calm demeanor.
Because Wade used to be, and that's the thing, Wade was a heel commentator, and right now he's more of neutral.
Right.
Where you need that heel commentator to make the face commentator more upset and back up some of the face. Needs more emotion.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I guess it was a trade because obviously he came from ESPN, and now Pat McAfee, he's gone to ESPN for college football season. Yep. And he's already pissed off former Alabama head coach Nick Saban. Nick Saban wants to quit. Damn. And after 2 weeks, Nick Saban wants to quit. He's done. He's had it.
He can't handle the Mac.
Pat McAfee's already ripping his shirt off. Standing on the table.
We need him to stay in WWE, man. His energy is for WWE.
Nick Saban's he just wants to talk football. He just wants to sit there and talk football. But Pat McAfee's ripping his shirt off, standing on the table, yelling.
Pat still has a young mind on that shit. But the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. He needs. We need him more on WWE. He just fits well, like, with the vibe of it.
Yeah, Nick Saban is fed up with Pat McAfee after 2 weeks.
Man,
Yeah,
2 weeks already.
He wants out.
That's 2 weeks already. Bro.
He wants out.
That's fast. That's fast.
He
I think
wants
McAfee left
out.
already in like a week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get this sorted out, you know? Business sorted out.
Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox is slightly disgruntled. She posted on Twitter, can't even get booked on a tattoo show. You know, the one that Rhea Ripley did.
Yeah.
And who else did? Oh, Jey Uso was on a couple months ago. Can't even get booked for a tattoo show, let alone entered into the Speed tournament because WWE Speed Women's Championship tournament is now going to happen. It's going to start tomorrow, September 4th. So the WWE announcement, WWE Speed, September 4th, back with its first ever women's tournament. Who will win it all? So in the tournament is Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, Naomi, Blair Davenport, Alexa Lopez, who we never see on TV. She never wrestles.
I would be mad too if you got Alexa
Never
Lopez
wrestles.
Instead of
all she
Tegan
does
Knox.
is stand there with Escobar. That's all she does.
I would be mad too if you got Alexa Lopez to fight instead of Tegan Knox, who was literally fighting her whole career.
Kairi Sane, Candice LeRae, and Piper Niven.
That is messed up. I don't know.
Yeah, Alexa Lopez, who never has a match, is in the tournament.
I didn't even know she wrestles.
She wrestled in NXT. I loved her in NXT.
I've never seen her in NXT. I'm sorry.
I loved her in NXT. I don't know why she doesn't wrestle on the main roster. I think she's had like 3 matches on the main roster. At least I've seen 3. I know she wrestles house shows too. She does house shows.
I'm more on Knox's case. She's been wrestling and she's like not getting a chance.
So I don't know. So yeah, Tegan Knox is she's a little perturbed that she can't even get in the freaking Speed tournament. She can't even get the Ricochet treatment. We'll talk about Ricochet in a little bit.
Yeah. Are we?
Oh yeah. He's off his rocker.
All right.
He's already playing. He's already playing with the children at the circus.
Yeah.
Already. It's only been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks already.
Oh yeah, Kiana James. Well, I don't like her gimmick. Her gimmick is awful. She needs to change her gimmick. Mr. McMahon on Netflix will debut on September 25th. It is finished.
Oh no.
It is finished.
Oh, we're all gonna watch this.
It is finished. Well, the problem is they wanted to get the conclusion of the rape trial, or whatever you want to call it, rape case. They wanted to get the conclusion, but obviously it's completely gone underground because he wanted to get it. He wanted to get it done through arbitration as opposed to a jury trial. So you can't even get public record of it anymore.
What's good in the hood?
So until whatever happens, you're not going to hear about it.
Keep it up. I'm a nigga.
So yeah, they wanted to wait and get the conclusion of this in the documentary, but yeah.
Vince, man, this guy always got something up his sleeve, bro.
Yeah.
Well, looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this.
Yeah, definitely want to see like the background or any like information that we don't know, like, you know.
I mean, because they're going into his childhood too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
That's nuts.
it's not just about wrestling and all the modern stuff. They're going back into his childhood and stuff like that.
Man, that's nuts.
His real last name's not McMahon.
Oh my god.
I wonder if they'll actually tell that. That's not his real last name. I forgot what it is, but it's not his real last name.
Nick Minaher.
WWE 2K24, the next DLC pack, the Global Superstar pack, featuring Jade Cargill, is launching. What was the date? Hold on, they changed the date.
Right.
They changed the date. What was the date? It is moving up 2 days, September 18th, next Wednesday.
She looks better than her AEW rendition.
Oh, she's in the game. I didn't even know she was in the game. Oh, okay. I didn't know she was in that. I didn't know she was in Wait Forever. I didn't know.
She's in.
Didn't realize she was in Wait Forever.
I believe she's in the game.
Yeah. So also in this pack, you get Carlito, Dragon Lee, Kairi Sane, Lyra Valkyria, Michelle McCool, and Nia Jax. Yeah, because it was originally scheduled for September 20th, which was Friday, so you can now get it on Wednesday. Big deal.
Yeah.
2 days.
She definitely looks better than her AEW rendition.
And they have the music.
Yep.
Because Tony wouldn't spring for all the copyrighted music. After dropping $20 million on a game that took an extra 2 years to come out.
Yep. And still, some people, the legends still say some people are still waiting.
Speaking of something I forgot to cover while we were talking about the pay-per-view, Jade in the press conference after Bash in Berlin. She was asked the question by a alleged journalist. She was asked, I don't even have the exact question, but her answer was, you know what? I'm so tired of answering questions about AEW.
Good. She should be tired. Call him a mark too.
Yeah. So Jade will no longer be answering questions about AEW going forward.
Why would she have to answer her traumatizing past? Come on, bro.
I wouldn't even call it traumatizing. I'd just call it she's over it. She no longer she realized she doesn't need to play with the children. In other news, Nikki Bella's husband, I can't pronounce his name. I think his first name is Artrum. I'm not going to try to do his last name.
Chinskivens.
Yeah, we're really Artrum. Arrested for domestic violence.
Wow, what's up with these cases?
As I said to Alex the other day, she should have just listened to John Cena's house rules.
Yep.
Do not put the plate on the marble counter. That's all she had to do. Don't put the plate on the marble counter. Dress up for family dinner on Sunday. Don't wear your shoes on the carpet. Make sure the dog doesn't poop on the creek stone. It'll stain. If he's gonna poop, he has to poop in the grass. What was his other rules? I don't remember his other rules.
He had so many. He had like a list. It was more than Chris Jericho naming all the strongholds. It was like that much list. Daniel Bryan couldn't take it.
Yeah, his face was so confused.
Yeah, he was like calculating math of what was going on.
Oh yeah, the meme of like the math calculation. That was literally his face.
That was his face. Like
his face was just man.
Or the Jackie Chan like what? He had that face.
All she had to do was listen to his house rules and yeah. But instead, she went and got this metrosexual pretty boy.
Yep.
And turns out he's probably hitting some little powder in the bathroom and got a little upset and went apeshit on her. Allegedly.
Well, I'm glad to see Bree and Daniel are happy.
Yes, there we go, Calvin. If you stay up, here's a rule. Calvin got one. If you stay up late, text him and let him know.
Damn.
Yeah, if you stay up late, text him and let him know.
So if you stay up late, text him and let him know.
Yeah, what a rule.
I remember that rule. The dog can't shed in the master bedroom or something like that. The dog can't shed in the living room. He has to stay in the guest house.
Yes, yeah. There you go. Yep, I remember that one. Yep.
If you're going to leave, yeah, the text, yeah, that's crazy. He had a lot of rules, man. I don't know how you keep up with those rules. To be honest with you, if you're the rule maker.
Oh, I got rules in my house.
Yeah, but is it a long, extensive list?
Oh yeah. It's wrong.
Keep up with them, like, damn.
I can only remember the rules when the events happen.
Fair enough, I guess.
Like, but the one rule I do remember, there's not allowed no more than 6 black people out of my house at a time.
Looking out for safety of them and yours.
When there's too many black people, things go wrong. And things go missing. Things go wrong and things go missing when there's too many black people in one place.
Keep it up. I'm a nigga.
And then they don't want to go home.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they don't want to go home. Yeah. This interesting story that nobody seems to have an answer to. Odyssey Jones is mysteriously been removed from the WWE roster. Some people say it's a glitch. Some people say he's been released. Some people say him and Omos have been released because something happened with the both of them on the road.
And most marks would say that Xavier Woods is right.
Some people are saying it's a work for the angle with Xavier Woods. Nobody knows.
This is a crazy work, though.
Nobody knows.
This is definitely losing touch with reality and fiction.
Nobody knows.
Look at Xavier Woods. He's like, I'm happy he's gone.
Nobody knows.
Oh my god.
Because I've literally seen all those theories listed since this has happened.
It's crazy because this story is gonna eventually go to a screeching halt because of this.
And that's where we are, the screeching halt,
And
because
we are
nothing
now
has happened.
here. And
because if you notice, New Day wasn't on Raw.
Yep.
He wasn't on Raw.
mm-hmm.
So, and freaking Final Testament wasn't on Raw either, right?
I don't think he was there last week either, right?
No.
Only Woods was there last week.
Was he?
Woods was in the triple threat match to see who would compete for the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
No, because wasn't Woods in one too?
Wait, what?
Weren't they separately in triple threat matches?
You mean Kofi?
And Woods.
Kofi and Woods. Oh yeah, they were both
They
there.
were both in one.
Yeah, I said Woods, but Kofi. Yeah, I think Kofi was there too. But Odyssey Jones wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So it was weird. It was weird. They made a different approach.
Intriguing. But specifically this week, I believe Final Testament wasn't even on Raw. So where's that whole? What happened to this whole storyline now?
I don't know, man. This is weird.
Yeah.
This is super weird. I hate when shit like this happens because they don't know what to do with it. Like they won't know until like the whole answer. So they gotta pause the story, let's say.
Yeah.
Or put them into fillers.
Yeah. In other bullshit internet news, the real part of the story, Swerve got a new AEW contract and he got a big raise. Now here's the bullshit part of the story. WWE allegedly considers Swerve's contract bad for business. Who the fuck came up with that?
Racist.
I want to know who the fuck wrote this article because it was
this guy.
It was shared on ringsidenews.com.
Man.
But I want to know what source did they get it from? Swerve Strickland's new AEW deal is believed to be among the biggest in pro wrestling and is said to be in the same pay range as Kazuchika Okada and Mercedes Moné. Now, we all know Mercedes didn't get as much money as she was originally quoted to be getting. Mm-hmm. So that's already incorrect. WWE feel that Swerve's new high-paying AEW contract is bad for business and it is so far over what WWE would perceive the market value to be. Danielson ended up beating Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship in the main event of All In, and Swerve is now set up to face. Okay, just going into more of that. According to Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer News, Swerve Strickland's new AEW deal is considered. Oh, it's just fucking. Yeah, this is a horribly written article. It's just repeating the same thing in different orders. Yeah,
I would have agreed with them if they were talking about Mercedes. I would agree with them and like, yo, that is bad. But with Swerve, no, that Swerve deserves whatever contract that with the highest
Okay,
paying value.
WWE also believes that Swerve's high-paying AEW contract is detrimental to the business because it is far exceeds what WWE would consider the market value for a wrestler of his caliber.
Sounds like one of Vince's guys still there. No,
I just
think he's okay.
so
With the pay he got.
A, what was their source? B, what?
Yeah, exactly.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, Karrion Kross was on Raw. Okay.
Hey, I was about to say, wasn't he on Raw?
All right, yeah. So, anyway, now speaking of the children on Raw, on AEW Dynamite. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let's go to Collision. I believe this was like a dark match on Collision.
Yeah. What the hell just happened? Why is Leo Rush outfit?
This match, this was Top Flight with Action Andretti and Leo Rush and Layla Gray. They're all in pilot uniforms, Top Flight planes.
Yeah.
Okay. They're in a fucking dark match on Collision, dressed up as pilots. Now, let me. Here's who they had a match against: the Iron Savages, Jameson, and Turbo Floyd. Have you heard of any of those people?
No.
Okay, thank you. And Tony Khan was quoted saying what? The show is easier to run, everything's smooth and great. Hold on, let me quickly look up Collision's ratings. I just want to look this up real quick. What was
that time again?
AEW again, this was a dark match, but I just want to look up the ratings real quick. AEW Collision ratings. It's going to take longer than I thought.
It might. Jones gonna keep rolling, guys.
Oh no. Apparently they're not out yet because of the freaking holiday weekend.
Oh yeah, with Labor Day. I'm sure it sucked.
Yeah, I can't find it. Apparently they're not out yet because of the holiday weekend. But anyway. Oh, Israel said, if your name is Top Flight, shouldn't they be dressed like fighter pilots instead? Good point.
That is a good point.
Good point. That is a very good point.
Instead, they're dressed as Donald Duck. So, sailors.
I didn't even think of that. So, as I mentioned earlier, Ricochet, he's already joined the circus and playing with the children. He's on Twitter or Facebook, wherever this came from, arguing with fans. I actually had the circus music.
Yeah, shout out to
Okay, so this girl on Instagram, on Twitter, she actually is attempting to compliment, say a positive thing. Missy, she says, I love Ricochet. I don't watch AEW, but I'll be watching them highlights for sure. I think that is a positive, right?
I think that's a positive.
I don't watch AEW, but I like Ricochet enough to now watch highlights of AEW. I think that's a positive.
And look what this guy
He responds, I'm conflicted with this. Sure, if you love watching me, then why don't you watch AEW? Well, don't want you watch AEW. Just so you can say, I'm not watching that? Serious question. Someone else answers, Blessed Titans fan, I don't think she was trying to diss you, bro. Correct. That's not an insult.
I don't think she was dissing you either.
I think it was just that maybe AEW isn't for her. That's how I take it. But she likes you enough to keep up with what you're doing. Correct. This guy nailed it on the head.
Okay.
Ricochet responds, but doesn't like me enough to watch my actual matches, just enough to only watch the highlights?
Ay, Dios.
Huh?
Aren't you just the highlight guy? Like, aren't you watched every time because
Your
of
match
highlights?
your match is literally a highlight.
Your match is always highlights. Like, nobody really sits through your match to see you do flips. They just watch the highlights of your flips.
Another person jumps in. SHR. It's weird you being online, so online about this. You're a TV star, man. Exactly. Why are you online arguing with fans?
I know, right?
Some people don't like AEW's presentation. Correct. That's me. I watch it anyway. This person is saying they will watch what you do regardless. AEW wants to be different, and it is, and in some eyes, it's worse. Correct. AEW makes me hate some of the people that I like. Christian Cage, Danielson. Where the fuck is Ricky Starks? I dread what the next thing is going to happen with MJF.
I do too.
What the fuck has happened to FTR? They're unwatchable now. But I press on regardless. I want to be this girl and just watch the highlights.
Most of us are just there for the highlights.
But Ricochet, he couldn't keep his Twitter fingers alone. He responded, "No, that's not what they said. They said they're just going to watch the highlights. You know, you don't have to watch the whole show to just watch one full match." Sir, you've missed the point.
You missed the point. Now you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
No yeet.
No yeet.
No, you.
And speaking of idiots on the internet, Ryback. Ryback. He was doing one of those little things on Instagram, one of those little games in the reels. Now I get like it's random, and you don't predict what the next thing happening is. But I will tell you the order of the things that came out, right? The first one that came out was Eminem. He immediately put Eminem number one. He put the white boy first. I'm not going to argue with that. Eminem is one of my favorites. Cool, whatever. The second one to come out was Tupac. All right, fine. The third one to come out was 50 Cent. He put 50 at 5. That's a little high. It's a little high. 50 Cent should not be 5. The next one to come out was Jay-Z. He put Jay-Z immediately 6 beneath 50 Cent. Sir, what the fuck are you smoking?
What is he fucking on?
And then Kanye West came out. He put Kanye at 10. All right. Whatever. Kanye should not be in, greatest rappers all time. Okay, 10, whatever. Then Outkast came out. He put Outkast at 9. Sir.
Members?
Not only is they number 9, but they're now below 50 Cent.
Both members? I would at least. I understand Big Boy if you want to put him a little lower, but Andre?
Again, I get this is random.
Okay.
I get that this is random, but you have the Outkast and Jay-Z were both. They were what, the 4th one out and the 6th one out, and you put them 6 and 9. Excuse me. Whew.
What is this man on?
Yeah. So then it was Biggie Smalls, Beastie Boys, and Lil Wayne. And he just so now you're running out of spots. So Beastie Boys went low, Biggie Smalls went high, and then Lil Wayne was the last one, and the only thing left was 7. But the fact that you purposely put Jay-Z below 50, and then you put Outkast at 9. I'm surprised. He probably likes Chanel West Coast and MGK in real life. Yes, that's why I put them there.
This is the perfect trio of why the internet hates.
If you actually asked him to name his favorite rappers, he probably likes Chanel West Coast and MGK.
Oh my god.
and no front, I will listen to Chanel West Coast. She does slap every once in a while.
Yeah, but I just can't. I can't be in a conversation with her.
Come and sit right back, lay off the booger sugar.
I can't hear her talk though because she has that awkward, weird laugh, and I can't.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirder. Like I can't.
Let's run down the AEW All Out card very quickly. Now, notice it is being advertised from Chicago, Illinois, right? They're not actually in Chicago. They are in Hoffman Estates, Illinois.
Wow.
It is in a suburb because they are in the Now Center. The Now Center holds 10,543 people. So we'll see how many tickets they actually sell next week. So far, the card is Will Ospreay versus Pac for the International Championship. It is Will Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in a Chicago street fight. It is Swerve versus Hangman in a steel cage match. It is MJF versus Daniel Garcia. It is Mercedes versus Hikaru Shida for the TBS Championship. And it is Danielson versus Jack Perry for the AEW World Championship title. Yeah, that is the card so far for All Out.
It went from all in to all out.
All Out.
I can't wait. And their final pay-per-view is called All Gone. AEW, All Gone. It's all gone. Like
Now, if we go back to the end of 2023, when they had World's End, what was the question I posed during that episode? Is this the end of AEW as we know it? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's when AEW
has not everything gone completely downhill in 2024 for AEW?
That's when AEW was gone in itself. Like
MJF lost the title, and basically everything in AEW is a shell of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Name one thing that has gotten better in AEW in 2024.
I don't think I can ever even tell you what got better because everything was just dog shit, except for Will Ospreay.
Either it's status quo or has gotten worse.
If I want to give it some good things, I would say Will Ospreay's been doing good.
Oh, I'll give you that.
Will Ospreay's been like the center of my attention with AEW alone. Like, okay, I like to see Will Ospreay every time. That entrance in All In was amazing.
Yeah.
That Assassin's Creed entrance where he got Ezio Auditore, the guy who plays Sonic, I believe, who literally got the voice for it. I was like, oh shit, that's dope. But yeah, I would say just that. Other than that, I can't pay attention to the program. Chris Jericho literally is wasting time there. Just being Jericho, playing with children.
Oh, breaking news. Odyssey Jones has been removed due to domestic violence.
Yep.
Yeah, I just saw the domestic Kelvin sent me. And yes, the Jade Cargill model in AEW does suck.
It does.
It does suck.
It does. It really sucks.
And really quickly, outside the ropes.
All right.
Best black movie. I have off the rip, I'm going to say it's not Stomp the Yard. I feel like it's too much of a niche.
I prefer Step Up and Stomp the Yard. It has a story. It has a good story.
Even with Step Up, just that particular category of movie is like a niche movie. Just like
it was crazy when Chris Brown died in the beginning. I mean,
yeah, and I'm not he's in both, but anyway.
Yeah.
Baby Boy.
I mean, it's been talked about for years. I mean, it's
I don't know. I feel like Baby Boy is just too generic.
Generic hood movie, let's say.
I wouldn't even call it a hood movie. It's just like a generic hood love story.
Shit.
And then Drumline, I love Drumline, but I don't feel like Drumline's relatable to anything. So
it would have to be ATL then.
Yeah, it's ATL.
It have to be ATL.
It's Hey boy, where you been, boy?
It would have to be, man. I think
I told you this grown man business.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna have to be, man, because ATL is the only, movie that I would think of.
Hey, boy, where you been, boy? Yo, yeah. Big Boy killed it in that movie. I'm sorry.
He did.
He killed it.
Realest he can get in that movie. Shoot. I think everybody was like really real in this movie.
It has been another enthralling episode of Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast. I have been Darth Messiah, and Alex Hill just woke up. He said he fell asleep and didn't even know it. Molly all her drank and she ain't know it. Allegedly, Rick Ross. Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.